Hey guys, it's the Nexo Ninja here today, and I'm here to talk to you about what makes a good Mario RPG. I know this topic has been brought up a lot on the internet, but I'd like to give my personal opinion on what makes a good Mario RPG. Let's get into it. First up is one that I know a lot of people agree on. You need a good story to have a good Mario RPG game. Now, I'm going to throw out two examples. Sort of like Super Paper Mario, there's a great story following Count Black and Tippy, and that Black lost Tippy, well, not lost, just, Tippy was banished, and Black found no meaning in life and decided to end every world. That's a good story. But then for Sticker Star, it's like, oh crap, Bowser broke this useless thing that we need to fix. Oh crap, he got Peach too. Let's go save the day now. Yeah, you need a good story for a great Mario RPG. And people have delivered that, like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario, Mario RPG, any of the Mario and Luigi games. I'll give credit to Paper Jam. At least that one was unique. You need a great story for an RPG. You can't just have a boring, repetitive story like Sticker Star did, because that's how the platforming Mario games work. Peach gets kidnapped, Mario has to save him. That's cool, but you're not supposed to throw a crappy story in a Mario RPG, because Mario RPGs are supposed to be for good stories. But now let's actually get to the next thing. The next thing is also a thing that I know a lot of people agree on: characters. You need great characters for a Mario RPG. Similar to Mario platforming doesn't have any interesting characters, and it's like, oh, there's Goomba, jump on it. The Mario RPGs do have very interesting characters, like Geno from Mario RPG, or Count Black from Super Paper Mario, or Intasma from Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I'm going to be bringing up Sticker Star a lot because that's sort of where the RPG train went off its track. Sticker Star didn't have any interesting characters. Not one. It had Mario, Peach, millions of Toads, Bowser, and a crown that is so pointless that I forget her name. You need great characters to have a great Mario RPG, and Mario and Luigi games deliver that, being one of the most unique Mario RPGs out there, with Super Paper Mario, well, not Super Paper Mario, the entire Paper Mario franchise delivering as well. And you make a great character when they all want it into Smash Bros, so Mario RPG, the original one, had great characters. But now let's get to the next point of my argument. Bosses. Bosses are a really important aspect of any RPG, because what do you do in RPGs? You fight. And this is where bosses come in. Sticker Star had a lot of crappy bosses, in my opinion. Some of them were just okay, and some of them were really bad, like the final Bowser fight. Some of the fights that you really do enjoy, like the Mr. L fight from Super Paper Mario, and some of them are hyped in the entire game, like Intasma or the Shadow Queen. They're hyped through the entire game, and once you finally fight them, you're like, oh, I'm ready to kick their butt. I've been training so much, and I'm going to kick their butt. So bosses have to have fun mechanics, sort of like the Brobot fight in Super Paper Mario, or unique fighting aspects, which I pretty much just said. Another example of this being in the final Dark Bowser fight in Mario and Luigi Bowser Inside Story. In the Bowser portion of the fight, you beat the crap out of Dark Bowser until he spits the thing up, which you then inhale and then use the Mario Bros to beat it up. So you need unique bosses. So let's get on to the next argument. Now, this isn't essential, but I understand it for making an RPG unique. Now, before I continue going on, you don't need to have gimmicks to make RPGs unique, because Paper Mario's predecessor, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, didn't have any gimmicks, and it was still considered one of the best Mario games out there. And I know gimmicks are important because the video game companies need something to freshen up the franchise and get people to want to buy it. This is similar to Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario, basically the whole game was a gimmick. It was a 2D platforming and RPG mixture, and also gave the players to go to 2D to 3D, which was really unique as a good gimmick. And for the Mario and Luigi series, there's been tons of gimmicks. Like in Dream Team, you could go into the Dream World and have giant battles as Luigi. And for Bowser's Inside Story, you travel inside of Bowser and were able to physically play as Bowser. And I guess gimmicks are pretty okay because game developers need them to spicing up their games. And I think you can make a great RPG by using gimmicks. Because a lot of people say Bowser's Inside Story is the best Mario and Luigi game out there, and its main feature is a gimmick. And if a gimmick is done perfect, you can sell a game good. Not like Sticker Star's gimmick being paper. I mean, come on. The reason we liked Paper Mario wasn't because it was paper. It's because it was an RPG, and not a crappy RPG where you don't level up. Let's talk about some exceptions. A bad exception for an RPG is Mario Tennis Aces. And I really did enjoy Mario Tennis Aces, by the way. It was a great game. But in the story mode, you can actually level up Mario, which I think is useless. The only reason they made this mechanic is to sell in buyers who were the original fan of the original Mario Tennis for the Game Boy. And they didn't do the RPG mechanic as well. You could beat that game as a level 1 because tennis doesn't freaking need RPG mechanics. You just swing the racket. You don't need to freaking level up. And now a good example for an exception is Super Paper Mario. This Super Paper Mario is my favorite Mario game of all time, and it was a great exception. And I say that as an exception because it wasn't really an RPG, it was a platformer that had RPG elements. And I think they pulled this off great. One thing Mario Tennis Aces could have done better for an RPG element is when you leveled up, your special meter grows bigger. Sort of Super Paper Mario, whenever you leveled up, your characters actually got stronger. And by that means, whenever you jump, you do more damage, and you get more health too, which is a very neat exception for an RPG, and I think that's great, where Mario Tennis Aces screwed up massively with the RPG mechanic. Now let's actually talk about some solo games that I felt either had massively success or massively failure. You know, we're starting with massive failure because I'm going to be talking about Sticker Star. In my personal opinion, I didn't think Sticker Star was that bad of a game. It was a bad Paper Mario game. It was a good game, but just a bad Paper Mario game. And I feel like if Nintendo just said, oh, we have a new Mario game, and it's where Mario goes in and he hits stuff with a hammer, and like they could have made this game perfect without even using the paper element, which could have been great. But they screwed up massively, and I think one of the most important aspects of an RPG was taken out of this. Well, I know they took out a lot of aspects of an RPG, but they took out leveling up. Leveling up is important in an RPG because it tells our heroes when we're getting stronger, and Sticker Star didn't deliver that. How you got more HP in the game was by finding HP things. This isn't Zelda, Nintendo. This is Paper Mario. The battles are useless, and the worst part is they're optional if it's not a boss fight. And you don't want to fight the thing because you have stickers, and how you fight enemies is by using stickers, and what you need to beat bosses, stickers, so it's basically like you don't use stickers at all from lower enemies, and avoid any lower enemies because it doesn't matter because you're not going to level up in the fight, and just use all of your good stickers towards boss fights. Nintendo, that game has a whole big loophole. Every fight's optional, and I didn't want to fight that much in this game. And another great aspect that Nintendo flunked. Story, characters. I'm not even going that much into detail on that. They just screwed that up. Bravo, Nintendo, you happen to make an RPG worse. Now let's talk about a great example of an RPG that's not really an RPG. Super Paper Mario. Super Paper Mario is my favorite Nintendo game and favorite game of all time, and they did this great. And yeah, they didn't have to make a battling system. They just You defeat enough enemies, boom, you get an HP upgrade. Defeat enough enemies, boom, your power goes up. That's really cool and unique. And this game is great. It has a lot of unique bosses. The story is, in my opinion, and probably considered by most of the internet, the best story in any Paper Mario game. And the mechanics are really fun, and the gimmicks are great to get used to as well. So, yeah, that's how you properly do an RPG that's not really an RPG. In my opinion, that is how you make a good Mario RPG. Nintendo, take what I taught you here today and convert it into a good Mario RPG. And I want to bring up another topic here today. Paper Mario is not an RPG because of Mario and Luigi, and I feel like this is controversial to me. Because they didn't need to necessarily make Paper Mario an RPG, and I say that because Super Paper Mario had RPG elements, but was mostly a platformer. If Nintendo didn't want Paper Mario to be a RPG anymore, why didn't they just follow that formula instead of making the monster that is Sticker Star? And another thing is, Mario & Luigi isn't really making RPG games that much because it's been rebooting its old ones. And I mean, we got a Superstar Saga remake, which was like, oh, cool, I can play Superstar Saga on 3DS now, great. But they literally, after a month or two after releasing that, they announced a remake for Bowser's Inside Story. Why? Wouldn't you rather make an entirely new Mario or Mario & Luigi game that could go on the Switch or go on the Wii U that could have a bunch of new gimmicks? But they realized, okay, Bowser's Inside Story is considered the best Mario & Luigi game in history, right? We're gonna get it, get upgraded graphics, a Bowser Jr. mode, and boom, we're done. A+ people are gonna buy the game. They're gonna be like, love this game. And I think making an remake for Mario & Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story is bullcrap. And the reason why I say that is because you can already play the game on your 3DS because it's a DS game, and DS games work for the 3DS. So why the heck remake it? They could have spent their time remaking both of those games into putting together a brand new Mario & Luigi game. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today. That is what I think makes a good Mario RPG, and some exceptions. And we went over a little bit about Sticker Star and Super Paper Mario, and I'm glad we did. And please do tell me in the comments below what you think makes a good Mario RPG. And I wouldn't mind hearing in the comments below what is your favorite Mario RPG. Personally, I'm going to take out Super Paper Mario because that's a majority of platforming and say it's actually a tie between Mario RPG and Bowser's Inside Story for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.